Hello everyone, here is the Clever Edit and this is the sixth tutorial on C programming. In this tutorial we are going to mainly discuss about printf function. Okay, so in this example this printf function is going to print hello world. Let's check it. Yeah, it is printing hello world. So what if I want to print a number? Okay, just delete all these things and make a very number 5. Now if you are going to print 5 means a number, then you don't have to write it within a quote. Okay, just run it and it will show an error. Okay, why it is giving so? Because printf function has its own format to print something. And what is that format? The format is printf, then within a double quote you have to write the format specifier FIER. Hopefully my spelling is correct. And then you have to give a comma and write a variable name and then give a semicolon to terminate the statement. If you want to print a string like hello world, you don't have to need to specify any format specifier. Okay, but if you want to print a character or an integer value or a float value, then you need to define a format specifier. Now for character, the format specifier is %c. Okay, now percent denotes format specifier and the next part denotes the data type. So %c stands for format specifier for characters, whereas for integer it is %d and for float it is %f. Now example of character is like A, capital Z, like that. Example of int is like 708 like that. And float is a number which has a decimal point like 3.14 or 5.8 like that. Okay, so let's print these values by using this format. So first of all we want to print a number. The format specifier is %d. So %d is a format specifier of an integer, so I should give either a variable name or direct the value, that is 5. So it will print 5. See, it is printing 5. Now if I want to print via variable name, so I should declare a variable name of data type int like x, and we have to assign a value to it like 5 and just replace this 5 with x. So what will happen? First of all, the compiler read this line that the value of x is 5 and it's an integer type. Now it will go to the second line and it will see that yeah, there is an integer type data specifier, so it will print a integer value of variable x. So compiler knows that the value of x is 5, so it will get print 5. See, 5. Okay, now what if I want to print a float number? Float x equals to 5.8. okay, so printf within double inverted comma you have to write the data specifiers, that is %f, and then give a comma and then give a variable name and a statement termination. Just run it and it will give 5.8 and then 5 zeros. If you clearly see, it is 5 zeros. Now why it is giving 5 zeros? Because the compiler takes by default 6 decimal places. Okay, you can reduce it by writing this extra code, that is point whatever decimal values you want, like 4. So it will print up to 4 decimal points, that is 588000. If you want only 1 point, just write 1 and it will print simple 5.8. See, 5.8. okay, you can print like 0.9 and it will give 9 values. Okay, this is the arbitrary values which is coming here. Okay, so this all about float point. Now what is about character? So just write character A equals to, now when you define a character you should write within a single quote, as like when you are defining a string you wrote in a double quote. So when you are defining a character you should write in a single quote. Okay, so Z and printf The data specifier, format specifier for character is %c and write A. Just print it and it will print Z. See, print Z. Okay. So this is all about printf function. We will discuss about scanf function in the later video, which will take input from the user. For that, if you like this video, press the like button. If you have any doubts, comment below, share with your friends, subscribe the channel and be a clever idiot. Thank you.